I mean, even Conan didn't get through the head in the first swing all the way.
Who's Conan?
This guy that chopped off a horse head one time.
Well, I've chopped...
And do we...
Anyways, what are you trying to say, Jocker?
Do we really need to slay a poor innocent creature, though, for this? Can't we find another way?
What was your plan?
Neal, were they on, like, something like long herbs or around trees or...
They were camping out in a small grove of trees.
So, like, entangle time. I say that.
What is this entangle?
It traps people with long herbs and trees. Seems like a good idea if we want to attack this troop. Or else we could just move along.
For how long?
Quite a while, actually. It's pretty ridiculous. For a level 1 spell.
Well,
I am still very wary of attacking 20 orcs and 20 wargs.
Yeah, it's not an option, friends. I don't think
agree.
so. Even with
Okay.
Alice, it would be close.
Yeah, I don't... However we go into attack, it seems like we are always in a shitty position.
Okay.
Perhaps we should just ride by quietly and make sure that no one is watching for the group.
Well, for some reason, they might have been following us because people know about some of our things. They could have been traders. I know about traders. I had a trader in the village. We had actually more than one, most likely. So,
Largo, you are a person that's able to build traps. I believe that's one of your skills. Does anything come to mind?
not for 20. Traps that catch men only... it would only be for one, and plus I don't really have the materials to make one at the moment either.
I think we just move on for now.
yeah, we can try to lose them.
Yeah, while they are sleeping, we are riding, so perhaps we can just make it to town.
Yeah,
Be ahead of
that
them.
is definitely the plan. I'm just trying to think of a way to thin this herd, as it were, because even when we make it to the town, there's a good chance we'll have to traverse territory that this pack is inhabiting as well.
Of course.
All right. It seems like our best bet for right now is to make it to the town, but now we know that they sleep during the day, so that at least let's get our wheels turning on options, yeah?
Yep, I agree. And we
Maybe we should sleep during the day too.
What?
We could sleep during the... I don't think that's...
And then what, travel at the same time as they're awake? What does that do?
We would always be ahead of them, I think, is the thought process.
Yeah, if we ride for a full day, don't sleep, and then sleep during the day.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Also, we are only 6, and they are 20. We could probably ride faster than they...
How close are we to
You're
town?
5.
Or, sorry, we are 5. That's right.
By the way, squirrels can't count very well.
What?
Squirrels can't count very well if you haven't picked up on it yet.
Oh,
You said
okay.
6 days, 6 people, 6 wargs, 6 of you.
Gotcha.
Squirrels are not bright.
Okay.
They have 1 intelligence.
Apparently they like
Hey,
them
they still
6.
gave us the information. I will make sure those squirrels are fed.
No, you won't.
In my lifetime. I will go back, Neil. I will go back.
Can we estimate the amount of time left to travel to the
You're guessing the last 3 days of your journey? Is that 3?
Could we feasibly ride 3 days straight?
You could ride the rest of this day. If you'd have to walk your horses for part of the way, maybe a lot of the way, but 3 days while riding horses is a lot of strain on them.
Do you want to try doing that?
Perhaps not 3, but we could definitely get as far ahead as possible and ride a day and a half or 2.
I think we're overthinking this a little bit. Like, even with us not knowing to hide from them, they did not find our camp. So they obviously do not have an informant or are not necessarily looking for us. So as long as we're careful with our camp,
True,
and we hide ourselves, we can do this normally. We just need to be more cautious. If we ride 3 days, there's a chance our horses die. Carla might not make the trip. The baby's in danger. Like it's. I don't know why we're talking about
I can make the trip, says Carla.
What if we do 1 full day? Just to be quite ahead when we sleep.
I think we're riding the full day regardless. We should probably start riding now.
Yeah.
and we'll discuss when we make a stop if we have any
All right.
other plans.
Let's do it.
All right, we start riding.
You guys remount and disembark, or but you go. You go.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Henceforth to the onward into the
Yeah.
the dusk.
You guys go. You ride for the rest of the day with no more problems. You encounter odd creature here and there, but it's nothing
Just a couple
exceptional.
of like 500 level werewolves or something like that. 500 experience, I mean.
Yeah, I mean it's just a Tarasque and yeah, and a black dragon just sleeping. But you walk
Yeah.
right past him; he doesn't wake up.
Yeah.
You don't stop to get any of the gold he's sleeping on, but tit for tat. You make it to the around the crest of where the fjord steeps all the way in, and you guys stop. There's a little shallow part with a small beach where the fjord ends that you guys ride through. You stop, and Carla plays in the water for a little bit with the baby. You take your break there, have some food, check out the ocean. For all of you, this is the first time you've ever seen salt water.
Okay.
You are all baffled and amazed at how salty it is and how floaty you are in it.
Okay.
And then you guys keep going on your journey. Oops, let's see some more dice. The dice are fun today. You keep going.
Needle, please.
Dice are fun today. You keep going, and you come across actually opposed perception checks or perception checks because you don't know
Ooh,
they're
battle of
opposed.
perception checks.
Yeah, it's oftentimes opposed. And I just don't-
27.
Not good this time for me.
24.
Hey,
All right, Vic.
Largo and I don't see anything.
Yep.
Who got the 27?
It's
Jockry?
me.
Jockry.
Damn it.
That's me.
Not Smee, me, yeah.
I am
Well
Shmee, though.
All right, Jockry. As you're riding ahead, you see an elf standing in but you're kind of up a hill, and you start walking down the hill, and you're riding the front for whatever reason, and you see an elf sitting at the bottom of the hill, kind of a little bit away from a tree, just kind of like napping in the.
Does he have a spear?
He does not have a spear.
Okay, so it's not a figure. Guys, there's an elf napping up ahead. Don't know if friendly or mean.
Is there?
Yep.
What color
I-
are his clothes?
Speak Elven.
I don't. Oh, I have a minor in Elvish.
Well, that's
Basic
fine.
understanding.
I fully speak it.
Oh, well.
How about you guys, you get my back, you wait here, and I'm going to approach... It's a he, right?
Couldn't tell at this distance.
Couldn't tell at this distance.
Oh, shit.
But the dress, the clothing, probably a boy or a tomboy.
Or an elf?
is he armored?
No.
And it's all alone, nothing around it.
Not
No
that you saw.
clear weapons.
Not that you saw.
Victorian,
Victorian.
we will watch from here. We've got your back.
I will be
Alright.
right next to you, however, you will never know. What is the code word if you do, in fact...
He'll probably throw a spear or shoot a bow at me or something.
Okay, if
We
I
actually,
see any...
we already have a code word. We've come up with one before.
What?
What is it?
I think it was peanut butter. Was
I
I
like it.
wrong?
You're never wrong when you say peanut butter, just so you know.
Yeah, totally.
I
That could
think
be
that
our-
was Eben.
I might be crossing role plays
I
here.
think that was Eben.
I think
Okay.
you're crossing the
Never
streets
mind.
here.
I thought it was Waza.
That was, yeah, that was the old party, true.
All right, I'll approach him, and if I start to get hurt or throw my sword at him or something like that, you guys can just jump in.
Yeah,
Okay.
Neil,
Right.
I'm in the trees next to him, walking silently about 10 yards behind as he approaches.
Okay.
You know what, bro? I'll cast a spell on you to help you out.
I appreciate that, Jockry.
Neil, would Barkskin help out Victorian, considering you got the high armor already, or is it useless?
Useless.
Oh, then never mind, bro.
I like
gotcha.
where your head's at, anyways. Thank you, Jockry. I very carefully approach the elf, and when I'm within, I would say about 100 feet, and I don't have my sword drawn, and I take my helmet off, and I'm just holding it at my side, I would get within earshot and say, "Excuse me, Mr. Elf, I don't want to startle you."
You startle him anyway. He flips over onto his feet. He was like lying on his back. He quickly like flips over to his hands and feet, springs to his feet, stares at you, and kind of freezes for a
I
moment.
mean, no
Says, "Who
harm.
are you?"
My name is Victorian Black. I do have some friends there behind me, but I wanted to approach just myself, so that you wouldn't think that you're about to be harmed or something.
I appreciate that.
We are travelers. We spotted some wargs and orcs in the just a day's trip behind us, actually. So, am I okay to approach you, or should I stay here?
Stay where you are right now. Where are you headed?
We're actually trying to make our way to Greyvale. Do you know of it?
Yeah, I know of it.
We're just looking for information on the region. We mean no harm again, and we would like a nice place with a roof over its head, obviously.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, just let me get something from the trees. Stay where you are.
Yep.
He starts backing up underneath the tree because you're still on top of this hill. He's down below you.
Takes out the horn.
And a few seconds later, he comes back out riding on a Pegasus who is trotting across the open grass.
God damn it! Everyone's got a Pegasus but us.
Wait, is it the guy? Is it
It's
the
the
same
same
guy? Would
No,
it-
all elves look the same to you.
Never mind. I'm not
Racist
there. I'm not
jackass.
there.
Sorry.
So he comes out with the Pegasus. Is he riding towards me?
No, he just gets into a clearing and says, if you guys make any scary moves, I'm flying off out of here.
There's no way we could pursue you, friend. You're in no danger at all. You don't.
All right,
you
you
need not
come
even
on
trust
down.
my word.
You
Okay.
can come on down.
I walk very, not gingerly, but like my hands are out very clearly, not clutching anything.
You still look like a ginger when you do it.
What? Victorian's blonde. All right.
The elf doesn't see that sort of color. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this. You see the elf.
So I approach him and I just say, friend, if you have any words of wisdom for the travelers here, what of those orcs and wargs? What are they doing out here?
What orcs?
Okay, that answers that. Be careful. There's about 20, 25 orcs with wargs out there, and
Fuck.
I don't quite know if they're on patrol or if they're just
No, they're looking for
traveling.
me. They're looking for me.
Oh.
Are we there, Neil?
Are you,
No.
I'm going to ask you something. I've only seen one Pegasus in my life beforehand. Were you the man that I spoke with very briefly in a town a couple moons ago?
I might have been in a town a couple moons ago. I don't know.
You were fleeing a city. We talked to you about it. I offered my help. You didn't say you needed any, and then you jumped on a Pegasus and flew away.
Oh, yeah, that was you. How the hell did you find me out here?
I don't actually have an answer for that. It seems to be this is a smaller world than we're used to. It would seem you have common enemies to us, though, and if you would like to share your tale, I have mead and cheese that I'd love to share with you back at our camp. Or with our friends, rather.
I'm doing reconnaissance.
So you are with other people. You work with others.
I work with others, but I'm far, far behind enemy lines. I'm a soldier. I work for King Longborn. I'm doing deep, deep reconnaissance on the enemy, trying to figure out where their supply lines are, where things orient, where they come from, where weaknesses are, areas that we might be able to send in spies and assassins to strike and slow down the enemy. I got spotted and chased.
Victorian is noticeably shaken when you say that you work for the Longborns.
Mhm.
And he says, did you say the Longborns? You're from that kingdom.
King Longborn is my liege, yes. Are you familiar with them by tale?
You could say that, yes.
Yeah. Well, I've been out here for about a year looking for weaknesses. I finally got figured out by some of the people thought I was trusting, and they sprung a trap on me. I managed to get a word to someone who sent a Pegasus for me, and, well, you saw my escape.
Is it still just the two of us? And I guess I wouldn't
No,
necessarily
the rest
know.
of the party started to walk down.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you look back and it's not the rest of the party. It's everyone except for Smee. Smee is missing.
Yeah. Well, as a sign of trust, friend, I'm going to give you some information that will let you know that we are more similar than you know. The woman there, this is Carla, and she has a child that we are trying to protect and get to safety. We are not of Verasi. We are very much so against it.
He raises an eyebrow to you. Interesting. Well, I wish you safety on your travels, sirs. You seem to be good folk. You seem to not be
Yes.
aligned with these orcs or whatever.
Do you not see it strange, though, that we've crossed paths in this way twice now, and yet we both have a common goal? Do you not see a higher purpose in this at all?
He shrugs. What
I
what
believe
sort of
in
higher
destiny.
purpose are you talking?
Well, for instance, this woman and this child, the only reason they've come this far is because they happen to have been in a city where an assortment of friends were there and were willing to drop their lives in the name of a better good, a greater good, and to take this woman and this child to safety. This is not something that would happen normally, but I believe it to have happened for a reason. And now I'm running into a man that rides a Pegasus twice, who happens to be from the Longborn Kingdoms, one of the only chances we have against the Verasi. I just can't help but to feel we would be missing out on something great if we were both just to walk away from this.
Well, what do you propose?
I honestly, the moment's past me. I'm not, I'm not some kind of a soothsayer, future seeker, but I just feel like you're supposed to tell us something, or you're supposed to help us, or we're supposed to help you. Something's supposed to happen here. I don't know. Or a magical item, or thousands of gold, or you can give me your Pegasus. It's all just ideas.
He chuckles. You know, I'm here. I'm trying to get out.
Are we there yet? Is Carola coming?
Yeah, you guys are all standing next to Victorian at this point, except for Smee, who has disappeared to everyone.
What's going on here? Can we get a briefing of what happened?
I mean, you guys have heard this conversation as you
Okay.
walked forward. Because I don't have any. I don't know who you are even.
May I ask your name? I am Victorian Black. These are my friends. I'll introduce them all to you. I propose that you give me your name. We break bread and have a meal of this. We talk, and if nothing comes of it, no commonalities are found, then we once again move on our way. I promise you, friend, once we break the bread, you'll know that you are in no ways, you're not to be harmed.
My name is Thalroni Falifamus.
Fancy name. I
You
like it.
Call me Thal, if you'd like. Humans don't often enjoy the long name.
I would hate to disgrace your beautiful elven name, but I actually say in Elven, for my friends, I'll call you Thal, though, for simple sakes.
He nods.
What say
Well-
you, friend? How about one meal?
Sure. He dismounts his Pegasus and breaks out some bread. It's like these little small wafers of bread that look pretty unappetizing.
A little bit of a formality of it, but I take off my gloves and walk over to him and break it with him, and we eat that, like, not as a meal, but like as a symbol that we are to be safe, right?
Right. Okay. I heard take off my gloves and I got excited for him.
Yes, I double slap him. We have far better food than this, you prick.
All right. So he passes out some bread to you guys. You sit down and break out your nuts and bread and dried meats and whatever.
I introduce everyone, and I tell him that he's to be trusted and he's from the Longborn Kingdom. And then I just kind of say, let's start. Tell us a tale. Tell us your tale. What reconnaissance is a military word. Is the Longborn Kingdom going to liberate these people?
God, I wish, but the war is not going so well in the east. We're kind of divided over the Great River. The Veracity stands on one side, we stand on the other. Occasionally, we'll make an attack or they'll make an attack, but the river's so wide, anyone can see an attack coming, and it's almost always futile. Attacks at night or in the winter are the best when the river freezes and no one can see, but it's been really rough. Since they lost their dragons, though, things have been getting better. However, when their dragons disappeared, ours started disappearing too, so it only got better for a little bit. It kind of last year when I was there, I guess would be 2 years ago now, things had kind of ground to a standstill. Veracity just kind of held their side, we held our side, we both built up static defenses, and to be honest, our allies are still kind of fractured. Everyone wants to be in charge. No one wants to follow anyone else. No one really wants to work together. the dwarves have pretty much all but abandoned us. You know, they said it's our problem. They shut their mountains and they just crawled inside and they're digging as they always do. I'm one of the few elves that are currently working with the Longvorns who, well, to be honest, haven't been that friendly with the elves. They blame us for not noticing putting a stop to this. You know, there's rumors that this Oris fellow, this aged priest, only came to power through the help of an elf, some fallen elf, some elf magic user who I don't even know, who disappeared a long time ago, about 100 years ago or so. And this, I don't know. Longborns have always said that the elves should kill their outcasts or kill their dark magic users rather than just banish them into the world. So they blame the elves for the whole rise of Uncle Oris Oris and the whole Verasi army. I've noticed that their supply lines are really rather short. They don't get many supplies from back within here, but I've also noticed that the organization back here is pretty crappy. If any army manages to break through the front lines, Verasi won't be able to manage much of a defense. It's really just the front lines that are strong. Back here, 6 or 7 cities will all be governed by one group of people, and 20 cities over here will be governed by another group. You wouldn't really need that large of a force to just roll through everything. Everything's fairly splintered. So that's what I've noticed.
Why are you involved? Who sent you?
I'm a soldier. This is my duty.
How far off is the kingdom? We're trying to bring this child to safety here. So, trying to assess the situation.
Longborn Kingdom is 1,000 miles from here. 10,000 miles from here. At this distance, who knows?
What's the...
I came on Griffinback the first time. I'm leaving on Pegasus.
Do you know of any safe haven or safe path from here to there? Safe-ish?
By the sea? I mean, I would go by sea at least until you get near the front lines. Then I'd go by land. Don't take a ship between Verasi and Longborn territory. The sea has monsters you would not fathom. It's dangerous near the front lines. Really, really scary.
What about magic? Oh, go ahead.
Until you get there, sea is probably the best route.
What about magic over there?
We have many magic users on our side. So do they. The river is undrinkable. Probably will be for 100 years because of all the crap that's been tossed in it. The bodies, the poisons, the spells, the acids. It corrodes even to walk through it.
Have you heard about the legend of the child?
The prophesized child, whatever you call it. Yeah, I've heard the rumors. I don't believe them. I don't think anyone really does. I think it's just stuff that people have been spreading, talking about hopes, dreams.
Hope is important.
Hope is very important. I completely agree. I just personally don't believe it.
I give a look to the others. And to Carla.
In your reconnaissance, what can you say of these lands? We've seen the orcs and wargs, and you say they're after you. Is there anything else we should be aware of? Any strongholds? Any kind of greater beasts?
I thought I saw some basilisks out in the plain. Fucking crazy. Can you imagine basilisks in the plains? I saw multiple basilisks even.
One of our great friends fell to a basilisk not 1 moon ago. It was just a week and a half or so ago. But not for nothing. We were able to slay it in revenge.
Really? The 4 of you took down a basilisk on your own?
Yes.
I start taking out the basilisk teeth I took or some shit.
Martha. My God. That's amazing.
We got quite lucky, to be honest with you, but Joffrey, with his fast thinking and a little bit of cleverness, and we were able to do it. But again, not before we lost a great warrior. Her name was Alice. She was actually at the town that you fled when we first met, and now we just carry her memory on our
I'm
hearts.
sorry I didn't have time to stay and chat with you guys. You sound like decent folk. So, how many orcs did you see, and how far away are they?
I look over at Joffrey.
About 20, and over the mountain, they were sleeping in the sunlight with wargs as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm supposed to be meeting someone here, which is why I'm waiting.
Is there anything we can do to help?
I don't know. If we're destined to meet, I'm sure it'll happen again, but at this point in time, I have nothing for you. I thank you for your food and your hospitality and your warning of the orcs and the way you approached me.
Understandable. Are you to return to the Longborn Kingdom?
I am.
Before you go, I'm going to have one more word with you if you don't mind. I'd like to see you to your Pegasus. I want to check out that animal, actually. It's such a beautiful animal.
He nods and follows you. This is Thalia.
Okay. We can go on a break, because I'll just type out what I'm going to tell you then. There, it's a private conversation.
Okay.
If we want to find you again, is there any place I should send a messenger to? Even if it's an animal messenger.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? I was reading.
If we want to contact you in the future, is there any place I can send a messenger to you? Even if it's an animal messenger. Let's say a bird. Maybe it could fly to your location.
No. By nature, I am a spy, and I cannot tell you where I will be. Even if I trust you under pain of torture, you might reveal it. So I cannot and will not tell you.
What about people you trust?
In my line of work, darling, I don't trust anyone.
I see. I give another look to the people and to Carla's belly. I'm like...
Okay.
Is it break
You
time?
notice that he is riding the Pegasus bareback, that there are no saddles on him, on the Pegasus. What were you about to say, JP?
No, I was just asking if it's break time, but I forgot that he was still here.
Break time!
Okay, cool. We'll take a break, then we'll go into the final hour of Roleplay Solum week number 7. We'll see you guys then. Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Peace.